Stars vanish behind masks of latex, silicone, and makeup. Their bodies shrink and expand like accordions. That familiar face you knew, gone. When Colin Farrell showed up on set as the Penguin, his castmates walked right past him. Sofia Vergara's own friends couldn't recognize her as Griselda. These actors don't just play their roles. They physically become someone else entirely. But at what cost? The grueling hours, the physical pain, the mental toll. Is it worth it for that golden statue? For that perfect performance? Let's count down the 8 most jaw-dropping celebrity transformations that'll make you do a double take and ask yourself, wait, that's who? 8. Bradley Cooper as Leonard Bernstein. Remember when Bradley Cooper slapped on a prosthetic nose for Maestro and the internet lost its mind? That thin silk sheet of a nose sparked accusations of stereotyping Jewish features. But Bernstein's own kids came to Cooper's defense saying, "Our dad had a nice big nose and we're perfectly fine with it." The transformation wasn't just about the nose, though. Cooper altered his lips, chin, and even used a special nose plug that changed his voice. He spent 6 years prepping for this role, studying Bernstein's conducting style, his mannerisms, his speech patterns. When asked about the controversy, Cooper simply said, "It's all about balance. My lips are nothing like Lenny's, and my chin, it just didn't look right without it." What do you think? Did Cooper cross a line, or was this just an actor committed to authenticity? 7. Lily James as Pamela Anderson. Pamela Anderson. Every day for Pam and Tommy, James woke up that took multiple attempts to get right. Beyond the physical, James trained intensely for 6 months, losing weight and building muscle. She'd watch Anderson interviews for hours, working with a dialect coach to nail that voice. The result? So convincing that crew members couldn't tell the difference between photos of the real Anderson and James in character. Would you have known it wasn't the real Pamela? 6. Brendan Fraser in The Whale. Brendan Fraser's comeback role in The Whale required him to wear a 300-pound prosthetic suit. Every day he'd sit for up to 6 hours while makeup artist Adrienne Moreau transformed him into Charlie, a 600-pound English teacher. What made this transformation groundbreaking? It was the first major film to use 3D printing for prosthetics. Because of COVID restrictions, Moreau couldn't make traditional body molds of Fraser, so he pioneered a new technique that revolutionized the industry. Fraser described the suit as cumbersome, not exactly comfortable, almost like a straight jacket. To keep him from overheating, the crew built an igloo tent on set with industrial air conditioners pumping near-freezing air. The physical discomfort translated into emotional rawness on screen. Fraser's performance won him an Oscar. But was the physical strain worth it? How far should actors go for their craft? 5. Sofia Vergara as Griselda Blanco. The glamorous Sofia Vergara disappeared completely behind prosthetics to play drug lord Griselda Blanco. Her transformation took 3 hours daily, with makeup artist Todd McIntosh specifically targeting her most recognizable features. Griselda was not a pretty lady, McIntosh explained. The idea was to take away the things that make Sofia pretty and make her look average. They covered her famous bold eyebrows with prosthetics and added thin, arched 70s brows on top. Her cute nose was dulled down with another prosthetic. They even created slightly bucked, yellowed teeth to show Blanco's smoking habit. Vergara was fully committed. "I wanted no one to think of me or my last role as Gloria Pritchett. I needed to disappear." The process was so intensive that Vergara actually injured her back during filming. Should actors have to physically suffer for their roles? 4. Charlize Theron as Ailene Wuornos. Before Theron became a serial killer and monster, producers worried she was too pretty for the role. So she gained 30 pounds, shaved her eyebrows, wore prosthetic teeth, and transformed into serial killer Ailene Wuornos. But this wasn't just physical. Theron immersed herself in Wuornos's documented mental health issues, studying how borderline personality disorder affected her behaviors and mannerisms. The transformation was so complete that when the film was submitted to festivals, many programmers didn't realize it was Theron on screen. Her performance earned her an Oscar and set a new standard for actor transformations. 20 years later, it's still considered one of the most dramatic physical changes in film history. What does it say about Hollywood that beautiful women must ugly up to be taken seriously as actresses? 3. Colin Farrell as the Penguin. The process was so intense that when asked about a potential season 2, Farrell said, "By the end of it, I was moaning to anyone who would listen that I wanted it to be finished. When I finished, I was like, I never want to put that suit and that head on again." Yet despite the complaints, critics have called his performance an absolute force of nature. Is this level of transformation necessary or just Hollywood showmanship? 2. Christian Bale's multiple transformations. Christian Bale is transformation royalty. For The Machinist, he dropped to 110 pounds on a diet of 1 apple and 1 tuna can daily. Then he gained 100 pounds of muscle in 6 months for Batman. For Vice, he gained 40 pounds and wore extensive prosthetics to become Dick Cheney. Doctors have warned him to stop these extreme changes. Bale said, "I've always liked immersing myself completely in a character. But at what point does dedication become dangerous?" 1. Matthew McConaughey in Dallas Buyers Club. McConaughey lost 47 pounds to play HIV patient Ron Woodruff. His weight dropped to 135 pounds through a diet he simply called tough. The transformation changed how people treated him. "People wouldn't recognize me," he said. His Oscar-winning performance came at a cost. The recovery took months. Is an award worth putting your body through such stress? These transformations show incredible dedication, but also raise questions about what we expect from actors. As technology advances, do performers still need to put their bodies through hell when CGI could create the same effect? The next time you watch a transformed actor, think about the months of preparation, the hours in makeup, and the physical toll. What price would you pay for the perfect performance? If this countdown blew your mind, hit that like button, share it with a friend who loves movie magic, and subscribe for more Hollywood secrets. Press that bell icon so you never miss our next video. Which transformation impressed you most? Drop your thoughts below.